Hi, this is John DeVore. Welcome to the DeVore Fidelity YouTube channel. Today was actually a little bit of a surprise for me. I was actually looking through my record shelves, finding a great many records that are great for clearing a room. This was a suggestion by a customer who emailed me some ideas for videos some time ago. And I thought that would be a really fun one to do. And I figured I would start in my electronic music section, because I haven't done any videos on that music yet. And that's because I've been focusing on live records first. When I was going through my electronica records to find room clearers, I found a live record, and it's a great one. It's one that I absolutely love. And so today is a live album recommendation. First, I want to give a shout out to my dealer network. The COVID-19 shutdown, it's been terrible for DeVore Fidelity as a small company, but my retail stores, in particular the ones in the US, they're all shut down as well, and they're paying retail levels of rent. I mean, I'm in Brooklyn, so my rent is high, certainly, but these are guys who are completely closed. They cannot demonstrate anything. They are certainly open for business online or by phone, and so this is a plea to support your local dealer, because even though their store is not open to the public, maybe they're starting to open up for appointment only, but check in with them. If you're interested in some hi-fi, check in with your local dealer. See what they've got for sale. See if there's anything they can do to help you out. I am wearing this t-shirt. This is a t-shirt of my OG dealer right here in New York City, in Living Stereo. These guys were the very first DeVore Fidelity dealers, and they are still in business after 20 years, and I am proud of them. It is not an easy thing to open a retail establishment in New York City, and it is really not an easy thing to open a hi-fi shop at street level in New York City. If you look at what the big flagship shops have all done, almost none of them are still open on street level. They're either in basement spaces, or they're up in appointment only third or fourth floor office spaces. Sound by Singer is not a storefront anymore. Stereo Exchange is not a storefront anymore. But in Living Stereo and Steve Michaud, he has been able to slug it out, and he remains a walk-in brick and mortar shop, and man, that's awesome. I'm so proud of him. So, and I'm wearing his t-shirt, and it's an awesome shirt. I'm going to dig through my t-shirt drawers and find other dealer shirts, and I'm going to start wearing them in future videos as well. But right now, a shout out to all of my dealers. Hang in there. This shit is going to be over when it's over, and I'll be here for you when it is. And customers, please be there for them as well. But we're talking about records. The record is... It's Wolfgang Voigt, he's actually one of the founders of Compact Records, which is an amazing German minimal house and ambient record label. It's a great label. There's a lot of great artists. Some of my favorite artists are on it, Fields and stuff like that. So anyway, he's the founder of that record company. And this is a live recording. It's called Live in London. It's also called, the musical piece is, and I'm going to butcher it, and I apologize for my German. Rückverzauberung. I'm going to go with that. Rückverzauberung. It's a 2 LP set, but it is technically it's one continuous piece. So he went in a church, I think in Austria. He lit a few candles here and there, and everything else, it was pitch black. There was an audience in there, and he recorded this, and it's a It's over an hour. I think it's about an hour or a little over an hour. And this is beautiful ambient music. Ambient music it's a genre of music that is extremely minimalistic. It is extremely slow moving. It certainly may have structure, but it is not a structure that is immediately evident. It's the kind of thing where you need to sit down, shut up, and listen for quite a while to be able to perceive structures if they're in there. This is a beautiful piece. It's beautiful texture. There's beautiful ambience. It's ambient, but the texture and the quality of the chapel, the church that this was recorded in, it just makes everything, saturates everything in this beautiful ambience. Ambience. It is also available as a download, which may be for some a better way to listen to it, because you can just sit there and not think about it for an entire hour without having to flip over sides. This came with the download. This came with a download, so I have it on both. But as with almost anything, I do love the intentionality of playing a record and getting up and turning it over, even if it does chop up this piece into 4 movements, I guess you could call them. It's a way to catch your breath a little bit. Think about it as you get up there, flip the record over, put the needle back down. It's a way of, by disturbing you, almost keeping you focused. That's an oxymoron, but for me it actually is. It's also a truth. Another thing about this is it's kind of like there's some pieces. There's one in particular that I know of where an artist took Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and in particular the 4th movement, the Ode to Joy, and they stretched it out so that the entire piece took 24 hours to play. It's kind of incredible because you're hearing it micro moment by micro moment by micro moment, and all of the point and counterpoint and all of the melodic elements and everything that Beethoven wrote into the piece is removed. And what you end up getting is you get the textures and you get the tones. It's sort of almost like the MRI brain slices. They take a picture of a paper-thin slice of brain, and then they have essentially a picture of an entire brain, but it's broken up into thousands of snapshots. And each one tells a different story, but none of them stand on their own. And for me, this kind of music is kind of like that. It's an entirety made up of moments, and the moments are stretched out so that you can't miss them, I guess is a way of putting it. If you've never gotten into ambient music before, this might be a nice way to do it. It's real ambient a lot of the time. If you just pop in, if you put this record on and you just pop in for a minute at a time and then leave the room, you may pop in 3 different times and it sounds exactly the same, but trust me, there are things happening in there. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks. Bye.